The Life Hacks program is for people who are struggling with those really, really big emotions. The emotions that might go from 0 to 100 really, really quickly, and then we might struggle to bring that emotion back down to 0 again. We might be feeling that emotion for a longer period of time than other people, or we might notice that those emotions are a little bit more intense than what other people might feel in the same situation. The Life Hacks program is also for people who are struggling with relationships with their friends and their family and other people in their lives, where they might feel as though they're a little bit out of place because of difficulties that might be caused by big emotions as well. People who would be really suitable for this program are the kind of people who feel like their emotions might get out of control. The kind of people who really struggle to find ways to cope with these big feelings and want to find better ways of coping with them. The Life Hacks program consists of 8 weeks, 1.5 hour sessions per week for 8 weeks, and we have no more than 6 to 8 people per program. Before starting the program, you'll all meet with myself or another psychologist who will be on placement with me, who will also be running the program, just to make sure that this is the right program for you and to answer any questions that you might have. The program consists of 4 major components. The first one is mindfulness. And we're not going to go through big guided meditations or anything in this program. We mostly use mindfulness to find ways to understand what we're feeling, the thoughts that we're having, to really understand why we might be having those thoughts. And because if we don't understand what we are thinking, then we've got no hope in being able to change the way we're thinking and change the way that we're feeling. The next component of the program is something called distress tolerance. And so distress tolerance is a skill or a set of skills that we use in order to get through periods of crisis without making things worse. So this isn't ways to problem solve. It's not a way to cope day to day. It's a way of getting through crises without making things worse. We want to be able to get through these times without hurting ourselves, without hurting our relationships with other people as well. The next component of Life Hacks is our emotional regulation topic. And this is where we look at ways that we can make things better for us in the long term. So we might look at ways of problem solving, of being able to understand how we can change the way that we're feeling so that we can react to these big emotions with a bit more control. And then finally, in the last component of Life Hacks, we talk about something called interpersonal effectiveness. And this is finding ways that we can improve our relationships with other people, to be able to ask for things that we need, to be able to get our needs met, and to be able to say no to things as well. That is well within our rights to say no to. We talk about things like boundaries as well. We have a whole session on boundaries and how to enforce those boundaries with other people. And we also talk about how we can identify toxic relationships in our lives, how we can identify interfering relationships in our lives, and how to end those relationships if we need to as well.